following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Right now on UMass Sports Insider, it was a memorable week in Massachusetts for one of the nation's greatest basketball coaches. As John Calipari returned to the Bay State for a pair of evenings, we take a look back at Coach Cal's visit to Boston and Amherst. And we catch up with a standout UMass football player, an award-winning quarterback who is getting set to prepare for next April's NFL draft. Plus, you'll meet a UMass hockey senior who has become one of the top scorers in Hockey East, a sniper who always seems to have a flair for the dramatic with big-time late-game goals. Skating quickly towards the holiday season, UMass Sports Insider, here we go. You're watching UMass Sports Insider, presented by Mafre Insurance, Coca-Cola, and Office Depot Office Max. He took UMass basketball to heights never before seen in Western Mass, raising a once quiet hoops program to national prominence during his tenure as head coach. This week, John Calipari returned to the area and received a huge honor from his old athletic department as the Hall of Famer saw his name hung permanently from the rafters of an arena he helped get built. Coming up, we'll show you portions of that ceremony from Wednesday night. Hi, and welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host, Josh Maurer, and also coming up in a few minutes, interviews with Blake Frohnapfel and rowing coach Jim Deitz. But let's start with Coach Cal and his return to New England. First for an event in Boston on Tuesday night, and then a banner recognition ceremony right here at the Mullins Center on Wednesday. Let's take a peek back at his visit, presented by Office Depot Office Max.
Stepped in my life and became a prominent figure. It was more like a servant father to me. Showed me a lot of valuable lessons about being tough, about staying strong and being faithful to what you believe in. And it's one of the best experiences I could say of my entire life. And I appreciate you for doing that for me, Cal.
Since that point on, everything he said to me has come true. He said if I come to UMass, he'll make me a better player, which he did. He'll make me a better man, which he did. So, from my family to yours, Coach, thanks for all that you did for me.
I want to say thank you to you and your family, for me and my family, of how much you've meant to us in the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. And we're going to continue to work to make this base in here proud of what we're doing, both with the 3 C's I always talk about, in the classroom, in the community.
For Ellen and I and our family, to have the opportunity to start a career at a place like UMass, unbelievable. There's no way, one, it took a great staff, unbelievable players, but we had to have a bunch of people like this in this room help us, because we were starting from behind, and that's what makes it special. We still have great relationships. I think when you have a coach that loves what he's doing, loves being here, the players love playing for him. He just had a great recruiting class, by the way. Really. And now, building a practice facility, by the way, Derek, we never had a practice facility when I was here. It's just fun to watch, and having the guys back and knowing what they've done and how they feel about this place, it's got to make everybody feel good, right? I'm not meaning to take over and cut this off, but why don't we just cut this off? Thank you, I'm done.
Tonight, we honor one of the greatest coaches in UMass history, the one and only John Calipari.
This is overwhelming for Ellen and
kids and I. But I can tell you, we consider this home. The friends that we've had over the years, and my hope, and I saw so many of you today from Springfield to Boston that came back to honor this era. It's not about me, it's an era. But again, thank you. Support Derek, he's one of the best. He was bow-legged when I recruited him. But he's one of the best, and he's built this into something special. Thank you very much.
It was a great week for Coach Cal. So that was the ceremony on Wednesday night. In the game against New Orleans, the Minutemen were able to snap a short losing skid and improve to 4-0 here at the Mullen Center this season. Here's a look back at some of the action. Minutemen are now off this weekend after that victory. They'll host nationally ranked Providence right here at Mullen Center on Monday night at 7 o'clock. We hope to see many of you here in Amherst for the rivalry matchup against the Friars. Well, it's time for us to break for the first time here on UMass Sports Insider. Don't go far away. On the other side, you'll meet one of the leaders for UMass hockey, a big-time scorer with a penchant for the dramatic goal. We sit down with Shane Walsh coming up, so don't go away.
He drives, he shoots, he scores! That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullen Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the Maroon Pack or the Musket Pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available and single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper, and I'd feel like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm going to get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything. And I have an agenda.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned, realized, accomplished, fulfilled. Won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Now it's time for some hockey talk. The Minutemen have completed their first portion of the schedule, and they're off from playing regular season games until after the New Year's. But so far, Coach Micheletto's team has been led on offense by a senior who's been scoring so many goals in the opening game of a weekend that he's earned himself the nickname Mr. Friday Night. Let's meet Shane Walsh, presented by Office Depot, Office Max.
I see myself as a leader on the team, being here for 4 years. I kind of know the ins and outs as far as what to expect on campus and at the rink.
I knew we were going to get a talented player. I don't know that I thought that we would get the productivity that we're getting out of him, certainly at the end of last year and so far this year. But certainly a guy who has a pretty complete skill set. He can skate, he can make plays, and most importantly, he can score goals.
There's a 4-on-2, leaves it off Kravchenko. Headman pass, shot, and a goal! UMass wins it!
It's Mr. Saturday Morning, Shane Walsh.
Shane Walsh, we've been calling him Mr. Friday Night.
I can't really put a finger on the big goal thing. I just try to shoot the puck whenever I'm open. That game was pretty crazy. It was just one of those games where nothing seemed to go in. That puck kind of came to me in that 5th overtime, and I just kind of, just got it to the net as best as I could, and it was fortunate enough to go in. Definitely probably one of the biggest goals that I've ever scored in my life, so that's something that I'll remember forever.
For Shane, some of it is all of a sudden you're feeling it a little bit, and you feel it once, you feel it twice, now all of a sudden there's a belief that, hey, if I get the puck, I can do something here. I think the other thing for Shane, particularly towards his personality, is that he never gets too high. He never gets so amped up. That levelness in terms of, regardless of how frenetic or frantic the game happens to be and the pace around him and the energy level, he's able to stay a pretty steady course. I think that's been a really big key for him in clutch situations like this.
The improvement for Walsh this year has been staggering. Since the calendar flipped to 2015, he owns 24 goals to his credit in only 36 games played. This season alone, Walsh has lit the lamp 12 times, good for 4th in NCAA hockey.
I know my buddies joke that winter break, my junior year, I went back home, played a little pickup hockey with them, had like a big night. And then kind of after that, came back and the scoring streak kind of started. So they like to take credit for that. But no, I think it's just you get the opportunity to play with good guys. You just find spacing on the ice, and I just use my shot whenever I can.
Once you start getting rewarded, you saw Shane's confidence grow, and then it becomes easier and easier for that to become a repeatable action. We all work hard. We all like to kind of work in the corners and stuff like that. Yax is a really good center. He helps me and Ray out quite a bit, getting out of the zone and keeping the puck in the zone. So it's easy to play with those guys. It's fun. I just try to get open and use my shot the best I can. I matured on the ice just by playing in this league. You get better, you get bigger. So yeah, no, it's been a great 4 years here, and excited for the second semester.
While Shane and his teammates are off, as we mentioned, from playing a regular season game until after New Year's, they do host a big exhibition contest at Mullins Center this Friday night, taking on the Team USA Under-18 national team. Should be fun. The face-off is at 7 o'clock. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on UMass Sports Insider, but don't get far away, because on the other side, we're going to sit down with a standout football senior who's now preparing for the next phase of his career. We'll be right back with quarterback Blake Frohnapfel. Keep it right here.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned. Realized. Accomplished. Fulfilled. Won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. It's our pleasure to welcome on UMass's quarterback for the past 2 years, award-winning Blake Frohnapfel. And this segment presented by Peter Pan. Blake, thanks so much for coming on. It's been quite an off-season thus far for you. You spent some time last week in New York City, the NFF Awards Dinner. You were one of the finalists for the Campbell Trophy. So anyway, a lot of words to describe, I think, an experience that was probably unlike any other you've ever had. Is that right?
It was. I mean, it was such a great experience. And I got to meet a lot of people I looked up to my whole life. I mean, just seeing someone like Archie Manning who's there, and Jerry Jones, and it was such a great experience. Plus, being with the other 11 finalists. I mean, those are 11 great guys, and it was a couple of days I'll never forget. Tell
me about rubbing elbows with some of the other great players in the country, but also some of those all-time greats and other celebrities, really, from even outside the football world that were there.
I mean, just we were sitting in a room one time, and I'm sitting there talking to some of the other guys, and we're thinking, hey, there's Ricky Williams, hey, there's Brian Bosworth. you're thinking like, this is just so cool, or you never really expect yourself to be in a situation like that. But to be in a room with so many greats, and there's like I said, Jerry Jones, Condoleezza Rice was there. I mean, it's just, it was special, and just to be in a room like that was pretty cool.
And you had support from the UMass football program that came with you to New York City, especially Coach Whipple, Brian Bamford, the athletic director, came to support you. What did that mean to have them there for the week?
I mean, it was awesome having Brian Bamford and Coach Whip there. My parents came as well, and then Coach Cohen came for the Wednesday lunch I had to go to, and just having a UMass represented, in a table in that great venue there, and like I said, just trying to plant the flag in New York, and I think they certainly did.
You transferred here 2 years ago, and I wonder, did it ever cross your mind that you would have an experience like that when you first decided, hey, I'm going to come up to UMass after spending some time at Marshall? It's one of those things. Well, let's see how it goes. But now, after 2 kind of record-breaking seasons you have a week like that. Did that ever even cross your mind it was possible?
I mean, honestly, it never really did. I mean, to think that would ever happen would have been ridiculous for me to say coming to UMass. I always took football and school seriously, and to kind of have that kind of show my hard work over the years, and kind of it gave me a chance to thank everyone who helped me along the way. It was an honor, and I was just humbled to have a chance to go there.
You're going to play in a pretty prestigious senior game as you prepare for whatever the next phase is of your career coming up in January. You're going to play in the Shrine Game. That's a game that a lot of great players from across the country who are seniors are going to be participating in. What's it going to be like to prepare to get ready for that game?
I just starting up, working out during the next couple of days, and when I go home, and you see some of the guys who accepted invites already to that game. There's guys who you recognize their names from all over the country, especially some of the other quarterbacks, the guys that you see that I always kind of compare myself to over the past couple of years, and all the chance to compete with them and learn from them as well. And plus just do it in the Shrine Bowl, which is for a great cause as well. Just have a chance to kind of showcase my skills and kind of represent UMass one more time.
And though, kind of put into perspective what the season was like. We haven't talked to you since the great win at Buffalo that ended the campaign. Take me through this 2015 season, what it was like to go through.
I mean, it was certainly tough at times. I mean, I think there was, going in, obviously we had high expectations for ourselves, and I think it was a good thing for us. I think with the amount of teams we had, and with those guys moving on, the young guys on our team will be able to learn from some mistakes that we've made over the past couple of years. And I think it really showed in that Buffalo game, the character of this team, the character of this program in general, where, the season may not have went the way we wanted to, but we definitely went on the right note. And just going to Buffalo in that rainy game and getting that win was a perfect way to end it.
Well, we can't wait to see you playing in the Shrine Bowl next month. But first, happy holidays, happy New Year to you. Blake, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me.
UMass quarterback Blake Frohnapfel joining us on UMass Sports Insider. We're going to take a quick break and come back after this. We'll sit down with the head man for UMass rowing, recapping the fall part of the season on the river and talking about a special honor he recently received for his years of success in collegiate rowing. Jim Deitz is coming up. We'll be right back.
He drives, he shoots, he scores. That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullins Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the maroon pack or the musket pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available and single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
We are back on UMass Sports Insider and now coming to you from the UMass Rowing's Boathouse right off of the Connecticut River, and time to visit with a man who was just honored by many of his peers last week at the US Rowing's annual conference. Here is head coach Jim Deitz. It's great to see you, Coach.
Great to be here.
This segment is brought to you by our friends at Mafre Insurance. Tell me about last week. You went into the Coaches College Rowing Hall of Fame this summer. But last week, the annual conference for U.S. Rowing honored you in Philadelphia for what had taken place over the summer. And I imagine that must have been pretty cool.
It was very, very nice. It's gratifying to be inducted into any Hall of Fame, and to be inducted by your peers is something special. So it was the Collegiate Rowing Coaches Association at the U.S. Rowing National Convention.
And then this really honors you for all the work that you've done. For all these many years as a head coach, you've had great accomplishments here at UMass, so many great teams. Does it bring back a lot of memories from what you've been able to accomplish?
Lots of memories, not only from the UMass side, but the U.S. rowing side. You know, having coached Olympic and national teams, and of course our A10 honors. And U.S. women's rowing is growing exponentially, and UMass itself was part of the founding organizations that started the association.
You just come off of a really good fall portion of your season, and the rowing schedule, it's always split kind of in half. You have to do it in the fall, then you train in the winter and get ready for the spring. First, I want you to take us back to the fall, and your girls had a very good showing early on.
We had a great fall segment. Fall rowing is more like cross-country running, all right, where we row longer distances, 5K. The gals had a fabulous fall, winning a number of races, highlighted by the 2 second-place finishes we had at the head of the Charles Regatta in the women's club single and women's lightweight 4. So it was great.
And then you get to go catch some rays down in Florida as you get ready for the spring. Tell us a little bit about what you and your team are going to be doing as you train down in the Sunshine State.
Well, as you get older, you get a little bit smarter. And rather than waiting around till the second week of February to drive the boat trailer to Florida, I beat the snow. We had our boats packed up just last week, and we drove the 1,300 miles down to DeLand, Florida, where we'll have our winter training trip.
And then things kick back up well after the new year starts. Give us a little bit of a preview, Coach, about what the spring may hold for your ladies.
The spring segment is much better than we've ever had. Our racing schedule has improved tremendously. We're racing faster schools and more schools. Women's rowing is generating to the old tradition of dual racing to multi-team racing. So say when we go to the Connect Cup, we'll be facing 40 different universities, and earlier in the year at the new Doc Hosey Cup, we'll be racing 12 different teams and at a much higher level.
Well, Coach, it's going to be an exciting season for your team, I know, but for you personally, we again want to extend our congratulations on a great honor for your accomplishments with U.S. rowing, yourself in the boat, and with UMass. So congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Jim Deitz, UMass rowing's head coach. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on UMass Sports Insider to wrap up another edition right after this.
He drives, he shoots, he scores. That's right, it's basketball season and your UMass Minutemen are ready to take to the court at the Mullen Center. Don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to get your seats for this season's premium matchups and exciting game day action. Choose your games with the Maroon Pack or the Musket Pack. Select 3 great games for only $55 or 5 games for $90. Great seats are still available, and single game tickets are starting at just $20. Get your game on. Call 866-UMass-TICKS or visit UMassathletics.com to lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper, I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm going to get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Welcome back. Well, that will do it for this edition of UMass Sports Insider. We've got 3 big events coming up here at the Mullen Center over the course of the next few days, beginning on Friday night with a hockey exhibition contest as the Minutemen skate against the Team USA Junior National Team. Saturday evening, the UMass Minute Women basketball team takes on Boston University. Monday night, then the UMass men's hoop squad takes on nationally ranked Providence at 7 o'clock. We hope to see you here in Amherst. Our next new program debuts next week. It'll be our holiday edition of UMass Sports Insider. Until then, I'm Josh Maurer. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.